Here's the thing. Don Fanucci says, have I ever considered starting streaming earlier? Here's the deal. Could I stream earlier? Yes. But sadly, it would just throw my whole household into disarray. I stream at 10:45 a.m. is when I turn my stream on, correct? Some days a little later, but 10:45 is the sweet spot. This gives enough time so that, like, my wife can get up, get ready for work or whatever, and I'm not disturbing her, basically. She can do what she needs to do in the house and then, get to work or whatever, and it's fine. It also allows for the fact that it's kind of a normal schedule of getting up at a certain time and getting, when I have a day off and we're going to have a normal day, we have to be able to be up when people are having breakfast. We have to be able to go out and do things when people are doing things. And you know what I mean? We have to have like normal business hours to have a normal life. And we've had that, thankfully. If I were to start earlier, like let's say I wanted to start way early, I could. Hell, I could start broadcasting 7 a.m. if I wanted. And that would wake up the household. That would wake up my wife at 7 a.m., which of course she doesn't want to be awake at 7 a.m., right? Remember, when I stream, my voice carries through the house. I have to have this door shut, and even then you can hear me talk, but at least it doesn't boom and echo, right? It's not like this is a quiet job that I can just sit at the desk going, I'm making noise the entire time that I'm streaming. So if I get up early, my whole house has to get up early, which is kind of unfair. I don't want my wife getting up at 7 a.m. for me to stream at 7, right? And like I said, in addition to that, that would throw off our entire schedule for like our days off, where we'd be getting up at 7 a.m. to do what? Sit around on a day off? There's nothing to do at 7. Nothing's open, right? So we have our schedule in line with what would be considered like a normal day of business hours. So when we have a day off, we can have all our appointments and the things we need to do during the hours when everything is open and all of that. Here's the thing. If I did not have a family, if I was not married, if there wasn't a household here, right? If it was just me, I could hold whatever hours I want, and I could stream whenever I want, and I would have pure flexibility to do whatever I want. But that's not my life anymore. I got married. I have a life now with a family and other people I have to worry about and a cat that I don't want to screw with. You know what I mean? I have these things going on. So I have to be in line with that kind of stuff. Okay? I can't just be, it's just about me, and my streams and my business. It's about our life together, our stuff going on. You have to be, thinking of that, conscious of that, right? Sadly, a lot of people are just so fucking self-centered in life. Oh, I'll just fucking do whatever I want. Wake up the whole house, make noise and shit, 7 a.m. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to fly. For my family, I have neighbors as well, and to say, am I loud when I stream? No, not for the most part, right? But if people are making loud noises at 7 a.m., you're going to be upset, right? And as of for streaming later, I don't even think that would work because already I'm told that my late night streams are too late. Like, that's actually why I stopped doing midnight releases. If you remember, when I was in Connecticut, I would do midnight releases frequently for new games. But as new games started coming out here and I started covering them, people were like, nah, it's too late. Like I would do the stream and I'd have less viewers than a daytime stream. If for a new release, hype, midnight release, no one would show up. So I stopped doing them entirely, Excuse me. That's correct as well. The Blimp says, plus remember, you're doing 6 days a week. It needs to be sustainable. If I was streaming 3 days a week and I did giant days of 7 a.m. till midnight, right? 3 days a week. Okay, that's maybe better, but I don't. I do 6 days a week, man. I do a lot of content. It's got to be more consistent. You know what I mean? Again, it's kind of, for me, it's like a 9-to-5 job. It's how I kind of treat it. So that way I can have a normal life outside of the streaming. If I had a weird hours and shit, then I wouldn't have a normal life. I wouldn't have a normal sleep schedule. I'd be all fucked up. Blinky, you're a complete idiot. Enjoy your ban. Saying dumb shit. I literally just explained how my job is different from everyone else's. That if I got up at 7 a.m. and was streaming, you would just hear me talking and would wake everyone up in the house, right? He goes, oh, I'll tell my boss I can't get to work at 7 a.m. because I'm going to wake up my family. Your job does not require you to talk loudly in your house, waking everyone up in the household. You could probably quietly get up and get ready for work and leave and not wake everybody else up, right? But you're an idiot. You don't listen to me, so go fuck yourself. Okay.